Whether it was an ancient sacred burial ground, a place for worshipping sun gods, a prehistoric site for ritual sacrifice, or some sort of astronomical calendar in line with both the summer and winter solstice, all that is known for sure about Stonehenge is that it is one of the most recognisable landmarks in the United Kingdom and the most famous surviving prehistoric site in Europe. The site is believed to date as far back as 3000 BC, with some of the smaller inner granite stones, known as bluestones, placed here 1000 years later, with the larger, more recognisable sarsen stones and lintels first appearing here a few centuries after that, at around 1500 BC. How these stones were brought here, how they were positioned here, and why they were brought here at all, have cloaked this heritage site with enough mystery and intrigue to draw over 800,000 visitors to the site every year. Yet, understandably, to preserve what's left of the site for future generations, only dignitaries, druids and starlings are allowed to go beyond the wire barricade and explore the surviving standing stones up close. Unfortunately for me, I am none of the above, and have to make do with a zoomed lens to enjoy the detail of this remarkable feat of Neolithic engineering. Just 40 kilometres north of Stonehenge is the picturesque village of Avebury, full of chocolate box cottages and the obligatory yet handsome village church. Avebury wouldn't go amiss in a televised Agatha Christie mystery. But unlike other quintessentially English country villages, Avebury is rather unique in that it sits smack in the middle of another prehistoric stone circle that is actually larger and even older than some parts of neighbouring Stonehenge. Granted, the surviving stones are not as large nor as chiselled as the mighty trilithons 40 kilometres away, but this site is no less awe-inspiring, with the added bonus of far fewer tourists to get in the way of a good photo, and apart from the busy A4361 cutting through the site, no physical barriers to inhibit visitors from getting as close as one can get to the surviving stones. The site is made up of an outer circle, believed to have originally consisted of 98 standing stones, giving it a diameter of over 330 metres and making it one of the largest surviving stone circles in Britain. Two smaller inner circles of between 27 and 29 stones were created within it, and all three circles are believed to have been constructed at different stages between 3000 to 2400 BC. The Romans and Saxons appear to have left the circles relatively intact, but by the Middle Ages, a number of the stones had been deliberately buried on the instructions of a pagan-fearing church. And by the 17th and 18th centuries, the growing local population turned to the remaining stones as a source of much-needed building material. By the 20th century, few stones were even standing, so archaeologist Alexander Keiller purchased the whole site in the 1930s and began to painstakingly recover and re-erect the fallen and buried stones. During Keiller's excavations, a male skeleton was found under this stone, and artefacts around him suggested he may have been a 14th century barber and surgeon, who met his death here after the stone fell on top of him. Although the now nicknamed Barber Stone and its fellow stones look sturdy enough these days, clearly the local sheep are not taking their chances, making sure they keep to a minimal safe distance.